to discuss using the wonderful power of digital products to drive growth in esports. Please welcome from our partner here, Ars Futura, it is Luka Drezga.
Thanks everybody for having me here. I'm super excited to be talking in front of this amazing crowd. I'm Luka, and today I'll be talking about leveraging digital products to drive growth in esports. I also had notes on my phone, but my team told me that I can't take them here with me, so I need to wing it, so we'll see how it goes. But in any case, as I said, I'm COO of Ars Futura. Ars Futura is a design-driven development agency based in Zagreb. What we do is we do web and mobile apps for clients from all around the world. But more than being a COO, I'm a product-oriented designer that has had the pleasure of working in the esports industry for the past 8 years. I fed my CV to ChatGPT, and this is what they came back with. It's actually funny because it feels that ChatGPT talks better about me than my own mother, and she's my #1 fan, I swear. But okay, so I'm not sure, can we do a raise of hands? Did anybody hear about Ars Futura before this event, besides the people that I work with that are here? No. Okay, yeah. So what I'd like to do at the start of this is I'd like to just play a short video that showcases some of the things that we've been working on, just so that you can get a grasp of what we actually do. These are some of the clients that we've had the pleasure to work with for the past decade. We've been working with some of the big names like Activision Blizzard and their own Overwatch League, World Series of Warzone, and Call of Duty League. We've been working with Microsoft and 343 Industries on the Halo Championship Series, and then we've been working on some of the brands that might be a little bit locally more recognizable, like Vindex or Belong. Throughout that span of time, I've seen esports organizations and agencies thrive and fall, but regardless of that, there's one thing in common to all of them. They operate in the digital space. And now through this operation, through the next couple of slides, we'll see how do digital products actually fit into all of this. So it's best for us to take a look at one of the biggest success stories that I can think of, and that's actually Call of Duty League. I guess that Call of Duty League is a name that all of us here might know. It's one of the biggest esports leagues in the world, with teams like Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, FaZe Clan, and others chipping into a pot just in order to have the opportunity to compete, to become crowned the champion of Call of Duty. But when we're looking at how brands work across their multitude of channels and all of that stuff, we don't need to look just at the top level brand, just at the league. We need to look at all of the teams that compete within the league, and then all of the players that compete within those teams. So let's dig a bit deeper, and let's use an example of Optic Texas. This is a branded Optic gaming team that is specifically playing in the Call of Duty League. And here we can see some big names like Huke, Ghosty, Shotzi, and Scump, all playing within Optic Texas and Call of Duty League. All of these people are big shot names that have amassed a huge following across their social channels. Scump has over YouTube and Twitch over 5 million followers, and Huke has 150,000 followers only on Twitter. All of these creators communicate with their fans and represent not only themselves, but the teams that they compete in and then the leagues that they compete in. If we want to take a closer look at how the communication within a certain league, a team, a player happens, it looks like this. So these are the end nodes of a communicational channel. We can see that all of these brands, leagues, teams, players, they communicate through social channels with their following. So they post videos and live streams on YouTube and Twitch. They post updates and hype up their fan base over Twitter. They run, moderate, and cater communities over Discord. And there are millions and millions of people running to these channels, to these third-party applications to engage with them and to consume their content. So how can I, as a brand, as a league, as a player, as a creator, leverage this audience, tap into this audience? Well, I can do that actually by creating a bridge, by creating a segue of sorts, not a physical one, of course, a digital one. There is a ton of content being produced. These brands communicate over social media, they communicate with their fans, and we can leverage that content to drive traffic to our own websites. In the example of Overwatch League and Call of Duty League, we have an esports hub, and we use that esports hub to drive traffic both from social networks to those websites and to the websites that are owned and operated by these esports leagues, but as well we use the content that is produced over those websites to show them on these hubs. And now in the couple of next slides, we're going to go through some of the good examples on how to use digital products to gain control over your audience. One of the first things, one of the key things that we need to think about is who is the owner of my data? So you should be the owner of your data. Teams are communicating through social media with different channels and all of that stuff. They post videos on Twitter, they post videos on YouTube. And you, as a brand, should have a centralized place where fans can get to instead of going to those third-party apps. Third-party apps have their own policies, they dictate their own things. On your own websites, you are going to be the king of your data. In examples, so Halo Waypoint posts all of the news, all of the updates about their leagues and that stuff on their website. Call of Duty leagues and Overwatch leagues post schedules, standings, match data, and all of that stuff on their websites. Call of Duty League and Overwatch League go even a step further, where they tap into the game data itself to leverage these high-detail statistics that they can then surface to their fans. Here we see a breakdown of one map within one match played in Call of Duty League. And you can see for each of the players exact stats that that player had. And this is something that you can't get anywhere else on the internet. And this is something that people come to Call of Duty League, they come to Overwatch League in order to share to their social channels, to bring in more additional traffic back to these websites. Another important thing is that you need to think about is that interactions over internet happen in a regular manner. You tweet about something, somebody gets there, they retweet it, they like it, they favorite it. You post a video or a live stream, somebody gets that, there he sees the video, he gets a reaction, something like that. But there should be something more that we can do to not just engage with your community over these channels, but to engage your community. And this is where actually digital products roll in hard. So that's why in the next couple of slides we'll go through some of the real-world examples that we worked on in the past couple of years to help exactly do this, which is boost engagement for brands online with their fan base. One of the first and better examples in this is World Series of Warzone. We've been working with World Series of Warzone for the past 3 years since the Soul starts. And in this last season that started early April, we've managed to cross the big 500,000 unique users mark in less than a week that the league actually started. And how we did this is that you build hype before the season starts. So we did social campaigns and all of that stuff, and then we created this timer that counts down, that locked down the website. It counted down to the exact moment until the new website, the new news, the updated brand launches up. And this not only brings up the height around the actual league itself, it brings people storming to the website waiting for this countdown timer to reach 0. After the season launched, we procured a way for everybody that is competing, everybody that is watching World Series of Warzone to come to a singular place and get information about their standings on the leaderboards, number of points that are accumulated, and what it takes for them to get to the next step of the competition. Another nice thing that World Series of Warzone actually does is it provides viewership rewards for their fans. By providing viewership rewards, you're driving people from Twitch, from Twitter, from YouTube to your website to stream hours and hours of content to win some rewards. And I have to say kudos to World Series of Warzone and Call of Duty League, because what they're offering here are exclusive and unique in-game rewards. These rewards are open for the users only while the event is live. And that sort of thing, like the fact that after I watch 60 minutes of this video, I get this spray. After another 60 minutes, I get this skin. All of this builds up FOMO. Fear of missing out is something that drives people to your page, providing you more opportunity for providing them with more content, doing sponsorship deals, and all of that stuff. Another cool example is, of course, the Call of Duty League Pick'em. So we developed Pick'em to accompany Call of Duty League throughout all of their seasons and throughout the entire season. This is a place where a fan can not only get information on when their teams are playing next or what the results of the previous matches were. Here, fans can make predictions on upcoming matches. By making predictions, by making correct predictions, you not only get boasting rights on social media, like this guy is doing, but you accumulate points, which pushes you up in the leaderboard, and the higher in the leaderboard you are, the more chance to get exclusive rewards you get. Digital products live in the digital sphere, so in the digital space, but they can be used to boost IRL content. And this example of event perks done by Overwatch League is a perfect example for that. So what was developed here was developed a feature for their mobile apps, where you as a user could come to a certain venue when the event is playing live, and this was developed for the end of last season, so for Anaheim Finals in Overwatch League. You would get to an event and you would get a lightweight scavenger hunt experience. You would get all of these rewards listed in front of you. You would open up your phone and you would have customly developed and designed QR codes spread out through the entire venue, where you could scan them and win rewards. If you won 7 rewards, you would have the option to get the golden perk, which is the top reward. One of the biggest numbers that we can showcase there is that the adoption rate for this feature was 80%. That means that 8 out of 10 people that came to that event to view the finals of Overwatch League downloaded the app, used that app on their phone actively while at the venue. And this picture on the right showcases the product manager of Overwatch League holding up the QR code, and this packed room of people holding out their phones, trying to get a scan of that QR code to get these rewards. And this means that when these people leave the venue, they're going to have the app installed still on their phones. They're going to get more access to your content, and you're going to get more opportunity for sponsorship deals, to talk about your matches, schedules, and all of that stuff. And then lastly, in this example section, we have HCS, Halo Championship Series, which has this neat, they sell team passes on their website. So in order to compete in the Halo Championship Series, you have to buy a team pass. And in order to buy a team pass, they add this little countdown timer that counts down till the moment that team passes go live and on sale. And what does this do? This doesn't just boost the hype around this exact moment. It boosts the hype around the exact competition. as we can see here, the first event, so when Halo Infinite came out 2 years ago and HCS was reborn after a couple of years they weren't active, the first event got sold out in exactly 54 minutes. And I'm not saying that this is because you offered a way to buy team passes or this is because you added a timer on your website, but I am saying that this provides digital products to have a bigger effect in interacting with your audience, actually boosting your global reach. One of the last things that we're going to talk about today is you have to earn money out of all of this. You're not doing this altruistically for the fans only and all that stuff. You have to keep the boat floating. So we're going to talk about like what can you do to earn not to survive, but to earn to thrive, right? So it's not easy, and there isn't one solution fits all thing that you can do and then instantly make money and all that stuff. Everybody needs to find their own route and their own way to interact with their audience, to provide their audience an option to interact with the brand. But by using digital products, you're presenting a lot of opportunities like microtransactions, like merch shops, like Patreon-styled content curation, season passes that offer your fans specialized content, and all of that stuff. All of that is being provided in a centralized and customizable and scalable space. So, kind of to wrap this up, all of the people here, like esports, digital space created esports. And now digital space is offering esports to find its footing there. And this room is filled with amazing creative people, and there is no reason why we shouldn't try to find a creative way to interact with all of our fans and that stuff. That would be it from my side.